bitch so bad I wanna shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a loop. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best for you. I want you, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create Thing from Wednesday. This is probably the easiest SFX look I've ever done. It did take me a little bit of time, but it's so easy because, no offense to Thing, but he's a little dusty. So you don't have to worry about getting like a perfect look. As you can see, I just have like some scratches all around. The hardest part is probably going to be the wrist. So let's go ahead and get started. I thought I was recording right here, but I wasn't. So all I did was throw some black eyeshadow. What is wrong with me? On my nails, just to give them a little dust, just to get started, because I feel like I'm only going to have one hand, fully available. So I just try to do what I could before. This is my scar wax. It's really, really irritating to get out. It's just why I'm using that. I got it from Amazon, of course. What don't you get from Amazon? When you're working with scar wax, you want to use some type of Vaseline, because if you don't, it's going to go so bad. It's like Play-Doh, and it's just gonna get like stuck all on your fingers. So I'm just moving it around to try to work it a little bit better. I realized the way I did it didn't work, which is why you see some scar wax on me. I had to do it a few times to figure out the right amount and how thick I needed the wrist to be. So I suggest putting it in like kind of like a hot dog square kind of thing that I did right there, and just really making sure that you're using the Vaseline constantly, because this is so thick, it really is hard to just push it down. If this wasn't 3 a.m. in the morning, I'm sure I could have found it a very, very easier way, but I was going through it. Okay, so after doing it a few times, I realized that the wrist really needed to be thick, and then the sides part was very important, because it was like not looking like a cut off hand, which is how Thing looks. So just keep smearing it down, and then the sides I kind of just push them in. I tried to cut it, that didn't come out right. It looked too sharp, so I just kind of pushed them inwards, if that makes sense. And yeah, again, I'm just constantly working this over again. That's the hot dog I was talking about, kind of like a hot dog. Then smear it out. That made it so much easier than what I was doing. And make sure that it's not so far behind your wrist. I have a tattoo right at my wrist, so it was a little bit easier for me to give myself a little spot to put in. So I would suggest just getting a marker and putting it at an angle, just so you can see where you want it to be if you're going to keep doing it over like me. And this is when it starts to come together. And so the key, I was going to say the T. The key in making sure that you have this right is honestly just checking it. So I'm just constantly putting my hand behind my my head, and just like Thing would be, and how I would angle it in the video, so I can get an idea, like, is this right? And y'all ignore my bathroom. Again, it's 3 a.m. I did like 3 makeup looks, so I was just kind of struggling. So of course Thing has some scratches all over him, or we don't know. So I put it like right on the finger to give him like a cut. This is the scar wax again, and just smearing it down. And again, Thing doesn't need to be perfect, so don't let your Virgo mind take over like mine did. And I was just like redoing this so many times, like, oh my gosh, it's gonna look ugly. But again, it doesn't have to be really perfect. So just smear that down. I put a little cut in the middle just to give him I think he does have a cut on his finger. I don't think I did the right finger, but I don't think anyone was looking at my hand like, girl, Thing got his finger cut on the ring finger. Like, who cares? So I just put it anywhere. Then I just had some scar wax left over from another look that I did. So I just kind of smeared it like all over my hands, in between my fingers. Just a little bit everywhere. Again, this look is so easy, y'all, because again, Thing be thinking, like, I don't know if they give him a bath, but he is dusty. So the need for it to be perfect, I'm telling you, it does not matter. So now I'm just going to start adding some color. I did a little bit of brown, and I put some foundation on. Obviously, Thing is not African American, so the color part kind of confused me, because I was like, do I make him white or what? But again, at the end, he just has to look dusty. So I just put on some foundation. It does not have to be that color. It can literally be any color that you have in the house. Once we add all the little red marks and everything, it'll just start to come together. So I'm putting foundation even in between the fingers, because when I was doing like the little wrist test again, I seen that it was a little too pink and, you know, clean looking, unlike Thing. So then I just added a few spots of like this brown eyeshadow just to give it more of a darker look, and kind of make it look a little bit different from my skin complexion. I figured, I don't know, it just gave it like different, you know, just look different from like me. I added some more black on the fingers. I didn't want it to be so obvious that it was eyeshadow, so I did kind of smear it back in a little bit. And this is honestly just like the whole thing of it, honestly, just adding more color. I just added a lot of foundation, some more of the brown eyeshadow, and smeared it literally everywhere. I kind of put it under my nails as well, in between, a little bit on the palm part of it. And then you're going to do another wrist check now that it's halfway through, just to see what it's going to look like. And y'all, I can tell I was feeling it. I was like, it's so, look at it. I was like, yeah, this is about to eat. This is about to eat and leave no crumbs on the plates. So now that we tested that, I just went over the top part with a little bit of brown, a little bit of red again. I'm constantly mixing the red with the brown, with the black a little bit. I added a little bit of kind of like the cut marks at the top, because it is a cut off hand. So I'm sure he had to get stitches. So I gave him a little bit of that, and some more cut marks. I feel like it was looking too clean again. So I added some more cut marks right at the wrist part, which, you know, scar wax is pretty easy to break apart. And I didn't smear it correctly, so I had to add him a little scar at the top to not show where I messed up at. I grabbed a little bit more scar wax, and I kind of just put it like a little bit all over my hand, just in random spots, just to, again, just give him like more dusty look. So right now I'm just putting scar wax everywhere to give as many cuts as possible. So here's where I'm going in with a little bit of red to fill in those little cuts that we gave him. I did go in also with a little tiny bit of black to darken that red up, because it just felt like it looked a little too like fresh cutty, and I feel like Thing is like, you know, dead. So I just added a little bit black in between all of those little cuts. I don't know why I can't speak today, and I hate when people say that, but I legit feel like somebody cut my tongue off, like they cut Thing off. Anyway, so this is like some of the cuts that I did, and as you can see, like, this is pretty much the end look. Like, this is pretty much it. From here, I'm just literally adding in more color, foundation, give him a more dusty look to him. I did a little bit more under the nails and just smear it out, because I don't want it to look so obvious that it's eyeshadow, of course. I gave him one more cut on the thumb, because again, I feel like my hand looked too clean, and I wasn't looking at a picture of him. I just knew he had cuts everywhere. And this is pretty much it. I added some more red and black into it, of course, just to add you know, more older look, like it's been this way for a long time. Once I added in all the colors and I felt like it looked good enough, I gave myself a little bit more black on the nails. I just felt like my nails were too clean. I was like, okay, that eats, but like not right now. I need you to be dirty as possible. And I just dangled it. Look how it's dangling. I feel like that was like another test. Like, if you can tell already from there, I'm like, yeah, this is about to eat. A little bit more foundation, mix it all in. I even got some foundation on the fingernails, and I feel like that was a perfect touch. And here is the final product. And when you're doing a video like this, the key is just to make sure that your arm isn't showing. And that's pretty much it. And you get the whole thing of it. If you are doing this look to leave the house for like a costume, I would suggest for the wrist part to maybe put like some spirit gum or latex to kind of lay it down. But it was very secure without it. I can say, like, it didn't come off. So, but I suggest it if you are just, you know, leaving out the house and you want to have it on for a long time. But this is it, guys. It was so easy. Look at that. It was so easy. I have 1,000 comments right now on my Instagram. And this is my bathroom. So I'm dedicated, okay? You guys have to love me now because my bathroom is destroyed. It is destroyed for Thing. And you guys, of course. But thank you for watching. Bye.